Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now today we're going to be talking about this storm that's currently moving up the east coast here, bringing damaging winds, a few tornadoes, flooding rains, and more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, where we have a slight risk of severe weather across portions of eastern North Carolina and eastern South Carolina. Tornado threat for today, you have a 5% chance to see a tornado in your area if you are anywhere in that brown region today. Okay, we did not see any tornadoes yesterday. I highly doubt we're going to see any today, but maybe a spin up or two possible. Damaging wind threat for today, you have a 15% chance to see wind gusts of 60 miles per hour or higher in your town if you're anywhere in the yellow. We have gotten a couple reports of wind gusts to that measurement, okay, so be wary of that. Hail threat for today, we have no hail threat. Now moving on to tomorrow, we have a marginal risk of severe weather now for portions of the northeast New England area here. Tornado threat for tomorrow, we have no tornado threat. This is driven completely by damaging winds here, okay? You have a 5% chance to see wind gusts of 60 miles per hour or higher if you are in that brown shade tomorrow. That does include New York City. Hail threat for tomorrow, we have no hail threat. Now, moving on to Tuesday, we have no risks of severe weather. And I mean, it's looking pretty good for a while here. It's not looking like we're going to have too many chances for severe weather. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's next to come here with the GFS model, all right? So right now, obviously, we have that storm system moving up the East Coast, currently a 992 millibar low pressure system. It's going to keep moving northeast here pretty fast as well, bringing some snow to portions of the Ohio Valley, maybe a little bit of lake effect snow over the Finger Lakes and the Great Lakes. So look out for that in the Ohio Valley, okay? But after that system leaves, we will quickly get another one to start to come in here into portions of California. We can start to see a little bit of thunderstorm activity in that area here on Tuesday and Wednesday potentially, as well as some isolated heavy snowfall. And then that low pressure system will really start to get into that area around Thursday and Friday, bringing some more thunderstorm activity to Southern California, okay? Now, after that system, we're not even done because we're quickly going to get another one to form here across portions of the Great Plains here, specifically the Southern Plains. As we can see, some isolated thunderstorms in Oklahoma and Texas. This will move southeast. Probably not going to bring too much of a severe weather threat, but it could be some thunderstorm activity as well as potentially some flooding rain, so look out for that. And I mean, after that, we get into Christmas time here. Another system forms in that very similar area. So on Christmas Day, we could honestly be looking at a severe weather outbreak here for portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. The models have been hinting at this for a while, and as we get closer to Christmas, the confidence is rising that we're going to see something big here, okay? So look out for that. After Christmas, okay, we get another thunderstorm to come into portions of the northwestern United States, as well as some very heavy snowfall, actually, in portions of Northern California, so look out for that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I had to clear my throat as well. And then we get some more thunderstorms potentially to impact southern Florida, but not too bad. All right, and then after that, we're going to see a snowstorm system start to develop here around the New Year's time that could impact portions of the Northeast as well as the Midwest Ohio Valley area, okay? So that's it for that. Next up, excessive rainfall outlook. All right, today we have a slight risk of flash flooding. This is a huge slight risk as well, extending all the way here to portions of southeast Georgia back into portions of the New England area, like Massachusetts, Connecticut, okay, so definitely look out for that. We currently have a flash flood warning in effect here for portions of South Carolina. Moving on to tomorrow, we're going to have another slight risk of flash flooding, once again, pretty big, extending over much of Maine here, as well as New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, okay, so look out for that. Going into Tuesday, okay, we have a marginal risk of flash flooding here on the west coast for this next storm system that will move in, so look out for that. Wednesday, we're going to have another marginal risk of flash flooding on the west coast, this time in the LA area, and then going into Thursday as well, even a marginal risk of flash flooding for Los Angeles as well as San Diego, so look out for that. Next up, let's go and talk about the wind gusts that this storm could bring. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up windy here. So as of right now, we are getting quite a bit of gusty wind activity here in portions of South Carolina and eastern North Carolina. All right, I mean, right along the coast, you could really be looking at sustained winds potentially upwards of 45 miles per hour here in isolated bits of North Carolina near Wilmington, with gusts potentially reaching that 60 mile per hour mark, which is severe status, so look out for that for sure, okay? We go into this afternoon, we could be looking at some more of that gusty wind activity here. What did I do? Oh my goodness, I did not mean to do that. I don't even know what I just did there. What just happened? Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this real quick. Let's X out of that. Well, this is awkward. How do we get this? How do we get rid of this? You're ruining my whole video. Okay, here we go. Anyway, after that catastrophe, Eastern North Carolina once again this afternoon, and for quite a bit of damaging wind activity. Those sustained winds could be pushing that 45-mile-per-hour mark once again, so look out for that. But I mean, just off the coast, soon it's going to start to develop even stronger winds here. This little blue area is 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds, sustained. Gusts potentially even higher than that, like that 70-mile-per-hour range. And I mean, that thing starts to grow, all right? The peak intensity of it starts to grow in actual size. I mean, Eastern North Carolina tonight, you're really going to have to watch out here for this gusty wind activity, these damaging winds, I should say, as, I mean, that's going to be pretty intense, honestly, okay? So we go into late tonight, into early tomorrow morning, all right? We could be looking at some of this damaging wind activity start to move into the northeast here, like Long Island. Some sustained winds could get around that 40 mile per hour mark in isolated areas, so look out for that. Gusts potentially up to 50. Gonna be pretty intense, all right? And that'll move off to the north and the east and then impact places like Cape Cod here, where in Provincetown we could be looking at sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, gusts up to 50 or 60, okay? We get into tomorrow morning, all right? Once again, New England, lots of damaging wind activity here, all right? And, I mean, in, like, the Cape Cod area, again, sustained winds over 45 miles per hour for a long period of time in some areas, so you're really going to have to look out, all right? I've been saying that for a while, but it's starting to look more and more likely that this could be a situation that plays out where we have an area that's just going to get obliterated by damaging winds, all right? Christmas lights could be knocked off, other Christmas decorations, so be very careful with that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. Flash flood warning there in the red for portions of South Carolina. We have a lot of greens. Those are your flood watches, flood warnings, flood advisories, okay? All that area needs to be looking out. We have a special marine warning here just southeast of Florida, okay, for some thunderstorms that are moving through the area. And fog across a lot of the northwestern United States, even the southwest a little bit. Winter storm watches up for portions of West Virginia and Pennsylvania, as this storm system in the Midwest could bring actually a decent amount of snowfall to that area, so look out for that. But other than that, pretty calm right now. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more info about this storm, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.